Discord is going to start taking face scans and maybe collecting people's IDs. Now, you're probably not the happiest about this because companies forever have been, eroding at privacy for a hot minute, and it's not great, okay? Discord in Australia and the UK are going to start doing a face verification as well as an ID verification, and I think A/B testing the two. It's not exactly clear on like how they're splitting up where they're doing what, but yeah, if you live in Australia and the UK, you might see a face verification and or an ID verification pop up on your Discord. And this is for age verification. The ID verification is pretty self-explanatory. It scans your ID and checks your age, which it says on your ID because it shows your birthday, which is more or less cut and dry unless you take someone's ID or use a fake ID or, anything like that, because you can just do that. But the face verification has more problems because, like, what if someone looks younger than they are and then it doesn't let them through? Do they have to verify with ID? Is it like a backup to use the ID? The face verification definitely has more problems in my opinion, or at least potentially more problems. Like, can you just show it a picture of an older person and it unlocks it for you? I'm not exactly sure. I feel like you could probably do that because these systems aren't the most robust. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna do this. We do know that reportedly your face scan will be stored on your device in particular, so it shouldn't go to Discord servers, hopefully. I say hopefully just because, we don't know with this kind of stuff sometimes. Like, I'm pretty sure UK privacy law and Australian privacy law are much better than the US, so they're probably fine. I just don't necessarily trust companies because they lie a lot, generally speaking. Like, for example, Microsoft Recall was a disaster and that stored everything on your device. It put all of your information in a nice little folder, so if a hacker ever got your computer, they literally knew everything about you in one folder. I can't stress how stupid that was, by the way, Microsoft Recall. Like, literally, it would record your screen all of the time and take snapshots and then put them in a single folder that was unlocked. So if a hacker ever got access to your system, they had everything they needed in one place. It was genuinely like the stupidest thing in the world. And the worst part is, it was opt out. You had to opt out of Microsoft Recall. Now, thankfully, Microsoft Recall recalled Recall, but they recently brought it back and made it opt-in, so you have to opt in now. But it still has a privacy problem because if someone opts in to Microsoft Recall and you're talking to the person who opted in, Microsoft Recall is now recording your conversations if they're, text messages, which is not great because Microsoft security is not great. So yeah, I have issues with companies storing data themselves or saying they store it locally or whatever because I just don't trust them. I just don't trust companies. They have shown repeatedly they don't care about user security. They just don't. Like, how many times has a big company, lost everything in a data breach? Even just recently, Twitter covered up a huge data breach that was like every single user ever on the website because, of course, Elon Musk would lose all your data because why wouldn't he? He's not exactly a security genius. And when he does have security, it's usually in the form of human shield. Okay, but seriously, he literally only started hanging out with this kid when the CEO for the healthcare company got shot. I'm just saying, okay? But yeah, when Discord says it's only stored on your device, I generally believe them, mainly just because the UK and Australia have better privacy laws, but I'm also a little bit concerned. Like, in theory, the face scan thing is probably the most okay thing we're going to get in terms of verification of people's age, because some kind of age verification is probably going to become a thing. It seems increasingly likely that it's going to become a thing to some extent. And if it's going to become a thing, I'd rather have it be a face scan than every single website asking for my ID. That just sounds way better. Now, I've also heard of some proposals in regards of having like a central verification thing where you verify your online identity or something. I've heard different proposals, and I'm open to different proposals. I'm not like lock set on face scans or something, but I think realistically some kind of age verification is going to become a mandatory thing in most countries. And if it's either face scanning or giving every company your ID, I'm gonna choose the face scanning. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna choose the face scanning. Also, with the increase in bots on every single website and every single social media platform, verifying people as real people is also just becoming increasingly important regardless of age verification. So in the next 10 years, I expect something like this to take place where you verify at the very least that someone is a real person, just because the internet is gonna be useless if everyone's a ChatGPT bot. And I'm more concerned with Discord asking for ID verification anyways, because they send it to their servers when they've asked for ID verification. They do say they delete it after they verify, but still, you're sending your ID to Discord and they say they delete it, but what's stopping them from not deleting it and not telling anybody? Like, I'm sure there's laws, but these companies tend to not follow those and just pay fines. They do that a lot, actually. So yeah, I don't really know exactly how we should handle age verification in the future. It's probably gonna be a thing. We're probably gonna have to deal with it, so we should probably pick, you know, the better one of the two. And if this was rolling out in the US, I would be way more skeptical of it, by the way, just so we're all on the same page. The only reason I'm not as skeptical of this is because, one, I don't live in Australia or the UK, and two, I do know their data protection laws are way better. The US, I think, is the worst country in terms of data protection. We have like nothing. Like, if we had more privacy protections in the US, I don't think I'd be nearly as worried about this kind of stuff making it into the hands of companies or being forced by companies to do, because I would have confidence that the government would uphold my privacy. But it's probably not gonna happen for at least, 4 years, at least. So no, at this very moment, I don't trust companies to do this in the US. I just don't. Mainly because I think they would just lose the data. I don't even think it's like a factor of them being malicious with it. I think they would just lose it. Like, even credit bureaus in America get hacked all of the time. Credit bureaus. That's like the one thing that's like supposed to be super secure, okay? And it gets hacked all of the time. And what do they offer you in return for losing your super personal data? Oh, here's some online data protection subscription for 3 years or whatever, even though that data's out there for your forever, forever. I am generally not a fan of the way the US has handled data protection. We should be suing these companies into the ground when they lose really important data, but that's just my take. But in terms of Discord, this is probably gonna become more common in every country. I am like pretty sure most countries are gonna start demanding some kind of age verification because, let's be real, the internet's gotten a lot worse, okay? I think it's probably a good idea, at least in the long term. I don't know about the short term, but in the long term, we'd probably look back at this and be like, wow, we should have done that way sooner. I'm not 100% sure. My opinions aren't fully formed on this, but in terms of the face scanning in the UK and Australia, I think it's the least of your concerns. I think you should be more concerned about the ID verification because that goes to Discord server and they say to delete it, but who knows? And also, by the way, if Discord didn't do this, they would probably hit the pull out of the country. So if you live in these countries and you're pissed about this, you should be pissed at the government, not Discord. In this circumstance, it seems like Discord just doing what they need to do because, let's be honest, they don't want to do this. As a company, there's kind of no benefit to verifying people's age because it gets you less users. So I don't know why Discord would want to do this besides the government making them do it. Although they could be playing nice for when they try to IPO because they've been trying to do that for a minute. Discord has been trying to go public for quite a while, and if they ever do go public, that is when Discord will go downhill, okay? Because if Discord goes public, that means their earnings are public, which means they have to start making actual money. And they're already getting really, really brazen with the store stuff on Discord. Now imagine if their revenue was public and they had to prove that they made money. It would get so bad. And also, anyone from Discord is watching this, just make Nitro better, okay? More people would buy it if it was actually a utility thing instead of just a fun thing. Like a 500 megabyte limit for Nitro? Are you kidding me? Just charge more if it's that big of a deal, like Jesus. Or make different tiers because like 500 megabytes is insanely low. But yeah, generally speaking, I'm not a fan of this verification stuff, mainly because I don't trust these companies to protect data. That's it. I'm not against verifying people's ages. I'm against the way they do it because I don't trust them with the data. And companies have proved time and time again that they don't care about data at all. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe if you're new, click the reach out, check out more of my content, and have a good one.